in most high school textbooks today, manifest destiny really only has one meaning. Do you know what that is? Do you remember seeing that discussed anywhere, manifest destiny? Of course, you don't read the same high school textbooks that most read. Manifest destiny usually refers to the fact that the United States will grow from what to what? From sea to shining sea. And there's that beautiful painting of Lady Liberty hovering over some pioneers as they're going west. This push to the west so that the whole Union can eventually become from sea to shining sea. And that's usually what is referred to nowadays as manifest destiny. What I want you to know is, in addition to that, there's another meaning for manifest destiny. And let's go to, again, historian John Fiske, who writes this. This is on your first page of the 28th Principle, page 305. He says, they, the founders, believed that they were doing a wonderful thing. They felt themselves to be instruments in accomplishing a kind of manifest destiny. Their exodus from Europe was that of a chosen people who were at length to lay the everlasting foundation of God's kingdom upon the earth. How do you like that? Where in the world to get that idea? I'll tell you here in a minute. This steadfast faith in an unseen ruler and guide was to them a pillar of cloud by day and of fire by night. You ever heard of that? It was of great moral value. It gave them clearness of purpose and concentration of strength, and contributed toward making them, like the children of Israel, a people of indestructible vitality and aggressive energy. Whoa. Laying the foundation of God's kingdom on earth. In other words, they felt somewhat like the children of Israel who exited from Europe, which they compared sometimes to Egypt because of the oppressive nature of the European kings at that time, and came to a land which they described as what? Very, very plentiful, bountiful, lots of possibilities, land flowing with milk and honey. You remember that's how the ancient Israelites described the land they were going to, Israel. And they really did feel like they were being guided by providence to come here. And you find preachers, particularly in New England, preaching this doctrine, quoting Scripture that reinforces this. So they actually felt like that they were on a mission to do in America what the children of Israel did, and to set up in America a great foundation that will help America lead the rest of the world into 1,000 years of peace, prosperity, and freedom. In other words, they were on a mission for God. Let's read again. We've read this before, but let's read on 306 in the middle, John Adams. You see if you get that out of John Adams' quote here. He says, are you with me in the middle of the page? I always consider the settlement of America with reverence and wonder as the opening of a grand scene and design in providence. In other words, this isn't by chance. This is the design of providence, God. For the illumination of the ignorant and the emancipation of the slavish part of mankind all over the earth. What is America's destiny, according to John Adams and others who said the same thing? What's America's purpose? To break down slavery all over the world. And they said, we feel like this is what God wants us to do. We are on a mission for Him to do it. We are helping do it. And this is America's destiny. What do you think? So really, Yes, America was to go from sea to shining sea. But the other part of Manifest Destiny was to begin to build a foundation from which freedom could then go forth throughout the whole earth and break down tyranny and to emancipate, as John Adams said, the slavish part of mankind. Where? All over the earth. Isn't that something? But you have to go back to their preachings and their teachings and their writings of the founders to read that. Because you don't read that in very many history books anymore. Used to, but you don't. Now I want you to look, speaking of John Adams, over on page 307, quoted by another person there, but basically he said, if the American people fail in this effort, it will be what? To the hopes of the world. Did you get that? Yes. It will be treason to the hopes of the world. In other words, this is something that we must take very seriously according to the founders. You can't just slough it off. Because the world is waiting and yearning and looking for a way to escape tyranny. Still are. And America must provide the example and the answer. And I don't know if this charges you up like it did the founders, like it does me. It really kind of puts fire in your bones. It gives you a sense of direction, a sense of duty when you study history. This is not just all by chance, according to the founders. This is, what did John Adams say? Design in providence.